Hello everybody and welcome to a brand new Gentech PC product showcase. Today we're going to be showing you the brand new Asus N550. This is the successor to a very popular model, the N56. Of course, now that it's being released anew, it's going to be having the 4th generation Intel Haswell CPU and motherboard components, as well as some other nice new features. We'll go ahead and get things started with an unboxing. On the very top of the box, you're going to find the laptop inside of a cardboard casing and a protective sleeve. This keeps it safe during shipping from any kind of shock or scratch damage. And as you can see, the laptop itself is carrying a black and gray color scheme. Right below that, we're going to have the product manual, the Velcro for cable management, and all of the other miscellaneous accessories. Now going a little bit deeper into the box, we're going to find the rest of everything else. In the back compartment, we're going to have the power brick responsible for giving you mains power and charging your battery. And right next to that in the other rear compartment, you're going to find the external subwoofer that you can attach to the laptop. And now that we've gone through everything else in the box, we found that the only thing that remains is going to be the power cable that goes between your mains power and your power brick. Okay, now that we're done with the unboxing, it's time to take a look at the laptop itself. One of the very first things you're probably going to notice is that everything is made out of aluminum. And there is no exception to that. The bottom of the laptop, the top of the laptop, the LCD lid, all of this is made out of a brushed aluminum. Upon closer inspection, you're going to find that you have a giant oversized touchpad with the left and right clicks built into it, as well as your status LEDs in the front of the laptop. On the right hand side of the palm rest, you're going to find some of your badges like the Intel Core i7 badge and your GeForce badge, because this does have a dedicated GPU. We have a standard chiclet style keyboard, and this is a backlit keyboard. We'll show you that in more detail shortly. Everything is kept pretty modern and pretty simplistic. We do have one button on the upper left hand side, and this keeps it in symmetry with the other side of the laptop that has the power button on it. Now is a good time to take a closer look at the screen. This is a full high definition LED screen, 1920 by 1080. We do have the integrated webcam and microphones at the top of the screen. Do keep in mind that this laptop, the N550, is available in both touchscreen and non-touchscreen. If you do opt to get the touchscreen version, it has a coating over the top of the screen, which is glass, to help with the touching of the screen without getting your fingers stuck on the actual matte screen itself. Now it's time to let you have a 360-degree look at the laptop. We have it turned off right now with the LCD lid open. This is just to give you a really good idea of what the laptop looks like from different perspectives and give you a feel for the overall size and dimensions. And now we can repeat that process one more time with the lid in the closed position. Moving in closely now for details on all the interfaces, we're starting on the left side. In the rear we have our power in for the mains power, and we have the dedicated subwoofer out, followed by our wired internet, the HDMI output, mini display port, followed by two USB 3.0 ports, Then you have a single jack that is a combo jack for both your headphones and microphone input. Now moving to the front side of the laptop, we're not going to find any interfaces here, but you do get to visibly see the status LEDs that are located in the front. And to the other side, we have a combo card reader, another USB 3.0 port. We have the optical drive here, and this does have its own eject button available. And then finally we have the Kingston lock port. And into the rear of the unit you will find that there is nothing here as well. It is completely flush. Also notice this is usually where you'll find the battery, but on this laptop the battery is internal, so you do not find the external connection for it. Here is one quick look at the LCD lid up close. Now you can get a really good look at the texture from the brushed aluminum. And on the other side we have the keyboard up and going, so you can see the keyboard illumination. In the daytime it lights up bright enough that you can see that it's illuminated, but it's of course when you turn off the lights that it really clearly shows. And now with the lights off, you can see that everything lights up a really nice soft white. Now we get to move into the device manager to show you some of the hardware we have on this laptop. First off, we'll see our display adapters. We do have the dedicated GeForce GT 750 mobile, along with the integrated Intel HD graphics card. The other really important piece of hardware, of course, other than our GPU, is going to be the CPU. You can see that we have the Intel Haswell i7 4700HQ CPU here. For those interested in knowing about the LCD panel, the hardware ID on that is going to be LGD0323. Now with all the formalities out of the way, we can actually get the system powered on and actually use it for you. Keep in mind that this is a touchscreen interface and we have Windows 8, which is very well made to use with touchscreens. So it comes together as a really nice package. We found that the screen is very, very responsive, more so than most other laptops we've used. Single clicks to navigate the web are working flawlessly for us. We haven't had any trouble having something activate every single time. Flick to pan is working well. And then the pinch to zoom gestures are also working really, really well. As you can see, the touchscreen interface really does offer a really nice hands-on experience to change the way that you browse web pages. We found that when browsing our site using the touchscreen that everything worked really well and that we didn't have any issues with it. Of course, one of the most important things to note about the difference between a laptop with a touchscreen and then your standard tablet is that while you have the option to use the touchscreen, it's not a requirement. You already have your keyboard and the arrow keys down there, and of course you can easily plug in a mouse if you don't want to use your internal touchpad. But when the touchscreen does work as this one does, it's nice to have the extra options. Seeing as how the N550 does have a dedicated GPU, that means it is of course up for some light gaming, so we're going to benchmark it for you. We'll start with the brand new integrated graphics from Intel, which got us a 2665 score on 3D Mark 11. This is a very high-end integrated graphics card, so it's actually not too shabby. However, when we switched over to use the GeForce card from Nvidia, the score up to 2715. Keep in mind that the benchmark scores may not mirror exactly what you'll find in-game, because you do have some obvious benefits for using the dedicated GPU, such as the higher amount of RAM on the card. So make sure you try both of these on your own and see which one works better for you. Running the benchmark, we wanted to also test the temperatures, and we found that the temperatures while running everything stayed well within operational limits, and that we didn't have any issues with the heat. And now we're going to move over to run 3D Mark Vantage. We have a performance score of 9,689. I feel that 3D Mark Vantage is still the most compared benchmark score right now, so this might mean a little bit more to you than 3D Mark 11. We ran this with the same hardware as before. This time we didn't run it with the integrated card, we went straight to the dedicated card. So here is the CPU-Z information on the Intel CPU. You can see all of the different information here for you. And also we have the same on the GPU-Z, so you can see all the information on the Nvidia GeForce GT 750. The really important thing here to keep in mind is that you have 2 GB of GDDR3 RAM, which is going to help keep all of your graphics running smoothly in your games where the dedicated graphics card might not have that ability. Also, for those interested, the Windows WEI index, we got a 5.9. Of course, because we're running a standard hard drive and not an SSD. The temperatures during this test were right in line with the last. We didn't even touch 90 degrees Celsius, showing that everything runs really nice and cool. And now as we start to finalize everything, we'll get to the disassembly of the laptop. Starting at the bottom, you'll see that you don't have that much air intake on this laptop. Once you remove that bay door off of the computer, you can see the hardware inside. So let's go ahead and move in closer for all the hardware details. Over here in the corner, we have a 2.5-inch hard drive. We only have one hard drive slot on here, so you have to choose if you want a larger capacity mechanical drive or a much faster solid-state disk. In the front, you'll see that you have a whole array of speakers, so you have actually quite a lot of sound coming out of the laptop here. And of course you have that powered external subwoofer to add to that, so you have a really good audio experience. We have the internal battery right in front of that, so the battery is inside of the laptop, not outside. Make sure you keep that in mind. We have 2 RAM slots here in the center of the motherboard, making the maximum configuration for RAM to be 16 gigabytes. And then really unique to see in a laptop of this degree, we have a dual cooling fan solution. So you have one cooling fan that keeps the video card cool and the other for the CPU. Over towards the corner we have the optical drive and the combo Bluetooth Wi-Fi card. So how much weight are you going to be carrying around if you choose to get the N550? Not really a whole lot. 5 pounds and 9 ounces is what the laptop itself is going to weigh, of course with the battery inside. If you choose to add on the power brick and your cable for that so you can have mains power, it adds a little bit more weight to the package, but it's still very reasonable at 6 pounds and 12 ounces. And that, everybody, is going to bring our showcase to a close for the Asus N550. We hope that you enjoyed the video. Keep in mind that if we missed any main points that you would like to have answered, then you can feel free to post a comment in the video and we'll try to answer you. You might find the answers to your own questions, of course, by visiting the product page, and we'll have that link in the description of the video. Of course, on our website, you'll find the full product specs, the current pricing and availability. Remember, we have a customized ordering process, so we can always upgrade and change things for you before you have it shipped out. And you can always contact us by phone or email if you need any extra assistance. Remember, this was Gentech PC, and we'll see you next time.